Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't stop. Just live it up. Don't stop. Turning back, I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so what? You're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate, I attack.
Hello everybody, good to see you guys. I hope y'all are well. For some reason, hold on just a second guys. I don't know what in the world. Okay, I think I got it now. Good to see y'all. I hope y'all are doing well. Happy Tuesday. Yes. Happy Tuesday. See, I was thinking it was Monday all day long. I'm losing my damn mind. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope y'all are doing well. Thank you guys so much for being in here. This is one of our support lives tonight, and bringing awareness to it. And we haven't done one of these in a while. We need to get back to doing these during the week sometimes. And of course, we do our karaoke on the weekends. That never is going to change. So, we are going to be talking about alcoholism tonight. Understanding alcoholism. Now, this is a support and awareness, and encouragement and motivation, live and channel. So, we don't judge or nothing like that. We just support one another. So, I won't, we shouldn't deal with anything, but I just want to say, no judgment at all. When we talk about this, all are welcome. If you have anything you would like to add to it, you're more than welcome to put it in chat, or like any stories or anything like that, so we can kind of put this, kind of all together to bring more support and awareness to this topic. All right, so my co-host tonight will be Tony the Tiger, which I probably spelled your name wrong, but Tony, and Bradley Mr. A. Tonight we're going to be going over alcoholism. What is it? Does it affect your mental health and well-being? You are not alone. Alcoholism, alcohol, alcoholic, mental health, support, awareness, well-being, encouragement, motivation, hope. You are not alone. Life, community, and help. All right, so let me go in and say hello to everybody. I hope y'all are doing lovely. Hello, Tony. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you are well. Hello, DJH. Good to see you, honey. I hope you are doing good. Hello, Independent. Welcome, honey. Good to see you. I hope you are well, darling. Hello, Beagle Mom. Good to see you, honey. I hope you are well. And Shelby. Good to see you, darling. I hope you are doing good. All right, so this link that I am putting in the chat, I not want to pin it because it's just for Tony and Mr. A or Bradley. Now I'm going to go over a little bit of information and then we will talk about it afterwards. So they can come up now or they can wait to come up after I do go over the information. It's totally up to them, but I want to put it in chat. I'm not going to pin it, so if I have to put it back in chat, that's fine. But I don't want to pin it because I don't want to think everybody can come up, you know. Yes, I'm so glad to see you here. I really appreciate you being in here, Independent. And everybody else, thank you guys so much. So if you guys want to come up now, you're more than welcome to. If y'all want to wait until after I go over it, or y'all can stay up here with me while I go over the information, that's fine too. Whatever you would like to do. I just want to, you know, let y'all be comfortable. Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm good. Doing all right.
Okay, so I'm going to remove it in chat just in case because I just only want these two lovely gentlemen up here. Because I talked to them weeks ago. So
Right.
just them. And like I said, there might be another live, but just them right now. And I talked to them. I private messaged them and I was like, hey, do you guys, you know, I want to welcome y'all. And they're like, absolutely. I'm like, okay, that works. Hello, Lisa, honey. No, you're good. We're just getting started. Yes, we're just getting started. How are you doing, Tony, my friend?
I'm doing great. What about you guys?
I'm here. Do you got any snow?
No, we had a little ice last night.
Yeah, that's what we had today. Now, Brad, do you have snow, my friend?
Oh, I still got the snow, but I didn't get any more snow.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you.
It's getting high, and my driveway is getting narrower and narrower.
Oh, Lord, have mercy. I'm telling you. All right, guys. So I'm going to go over the information and y'all just listen. And then after I go over the information, then we'll talk about it. And then, you know, whatever y'all want to talk about pertaining to this to, you know, try to help somebody else, y'all are more than welcome. You know, I'll give you guys the floor, you know, because I don't know a lot about it. We could talk about it, but you know, I mean, I don't know a lot about it. So, you know, I want you guys to be like a voice too. That's why I invited y'all to come up here. So we will go over this information, and this ain't going to be a massively long live. I try to make these kind of as short as possible, to the point, and get as much information out there as possible, and help others, and then we'll be done. You know what I mean? That's why I try to do it as, you know, not make it so boring, make it interesting. You know what I mean? All right, so let's get this up here. And you guys let me know if y'all can see this. If you can't, let me try to make it a little bit
I
bigger.
can read it.
Okay. All right. So this is alcohol use disorder. This is from the mayoclinic.org.
Mm.
This is the overview. Can y'all read that? Is that okay? Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know in chat if y'all can see that okay, or if I need to make it a little bit bigger, because I don't care to. Y'all let me know. Put one in chat if y'all can see it okay. Because I like to share the screen and let everybody read with everybody. You know what I mean? Some people might not share their screen. I do. I like everybody to read with, you know, with it. All right. So overview. Alcohol use disorder is a pattern of alcohol use that involves problems controlling your drinking, being preoccupied with alcohol, or continuing to use alcohol even when it causes problems. This disorder also involves having to drink more to get the same effect, or having withdrawal symptoms when you rapidly decrease or stop drinking. Alcohol use disorder includes a level of drinking that's sometimes called alcoholism. All right, thank you guys. Unhealthy alcohol use includes any alcohol use that puts your health or safety at risk, or causes other alcohol related problems. It also includes binge drinking, a pattern of drinking where a male has 5 or more drinks within 2 hours, or a female has at least 4 drinks within 2 hours. Wow, I didn't know that there was different numbers for male and female. I'm learning. I'm learning. I don't know.
It is
Binge
all one.
drinking. Binge drinking causes significant health and safety risk.
Mm.
If your pattern of drinking results in repeated significant distress and problems functioning in your daily life, you likely have alcohol use disorder, or AUD is the abbreviation. It can range from mild to severe. However, even a mild disorder can escalate and lead to serious problems. So early treatment is important. All right, so here's the symptoms. Alcohol use disorder can be mild, moderate, or severe based on the number of symptoms you experience. Signs and symptoms may include being unable to limit the amount of alcohol you drink, wanting to cut down on how much you drink, or making unsuccessful attempts to do so, spending a lot of time drinking, getting alcohol, or recovering from alcohol use, feeling a strong craving or urge to drink alcohol, failing to fulfill major obligations at work, school, or home due to repeated alcohol use, continuing to drink alcohol even though you know it's causing physical, social, work, or relationship problems, giving up or reducing social and work activities and hobbies to use alcohol, using alcohol in situations where it's not safe, such as when you're driving or swimming, developing a tolerance to alcohol so you need more to feel its effect or you have a reduced effect from the same amount, experiencing withdrawal symptoms such as nausea, sweating, and shaking when you don't drink, or drinking to avoid these symptoms. Alcohol use disorder can include periods of being drunk, alcohol intoxication, and symptoms of withdrawal. Alcohol intoxication results as the amount of alcohol in your bloodstream increases. The higher the blood alcohol concentration is, the more likely you are to have bad effects. Hello, Ceiling Tree. Good to see you. Welcome. I hope you are well. Thank you so much for being in here.
Huh.
Let's see. These may include inappropriate behavior, unstable moods, poor judgment, slurred speech, problems with attention or memory, and poor coordination. You can also have periods called blackouts where you don't remember events. Very high blood alcohol levels can lead to coma, permanent brain damage, or even death. Alcohol withdrawal can occur when alcohol use has been heavy and prolonged and is then stopped or greatly reduced. It can occur within several hours to 4 to 5 days later. Signs and symptoms include sweating, rapid heartbeat, hand tremors, problems sleeping, nausea and vomiting, hallucinations, restlessness and agitation, anxiety, and occasional seizures. Symptoms can be severe enough to impair your ability to function at work or in social situations. What is considered one drink? I'm not going to go over this. Y'all can see it, but it just says the National Institution of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism defines one standard drink as any of these: 12 ounces, 8 to 9 ounces, 5 ounces, 1.5 ounces, which, like I said, you guys can read it, and y'all can see. Says when to see a doctor. If you feel that sometimes drink too much alcohol or your drinking is causing problems, or if your family is concerned about your drinking, talk with your healthcare provider. Other ways to help include talking with a mental health professional or seeking help from a support group such as Alcoholics Anonymous or a similar type of self-help group. I'll bring you back, Tony. I don't know why. Don't tell me it's doing this crap again. You come back up here, honey. I'll pull you back up. Because denial is common, you may feel like you don't have a problem with drinking. You might not recognize how much you drink or how many problems in your life are related to alcohol use. Listen to relatives, friends, and coworkers. When they ask you to examine your drinking habits or seek help, considering talking with someone who has had a problem with drinking but has stopped. If your loved one needs help, many people with alcohol use disorder hesitate to get treatment because they don't recognize that they have a problem. An intervention from loved ones can help some people recognize and accept that they need professional help. If you're concerned about someone who drinks too much, ask a professional experienced in alcohol treatment for advice on how to approach that person. This is the causes of alcoholism. Genetic, psychological, social, and environmental factors can impact how drinking of alcohol affects your body and behavior. Theories suggest that for certain people, drinking has a different and stronger impact that can lead to alcohol use disorder or AUD. Over time, drinking too much alcohol may change the normal function of the areas of your brain associated with the experience of pleasure, judgment, and the ability to exercise control over your behavior. This may result in craving alcohol to try to restore good feelings or reduce negative ones. Now, Tony, if you come back up here, honey, I'll pull you up. It's Restream, so. Okay, here is the risk factors, guys. Alcohol use may begin in the teens, but alcohol use disorder occurs more frequently in the 20s and 30s, though it can start at any age. Risk factors for alcohol use disorder include steady drinking over time, drinking too much on a regular basis for an extended period, or binge drinking on a regular basis can lead to alcohol-related problems or alcohol use disorder. Starting at an early age, people who begin drinking, especially binge drinking, at an early age are at a higher risk of alcohol use disorder. Still and Tree says, for those struggling with this, you can and will get through it. I quit everything in 93. This April will be my 32 years. If I can do it, so can you. You got this. Well, congratulations, my friend.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
It
That's
is.
exactly right. We're all about supporting people here, so that is amazing. Keep up the great work. Keep it up. Family history. The risk of alcohol use disorder is higher for people who have a parent or other close relative who has a problem with alcohol. This may be influenced by genetic factors. Depression and other mental health problems. It's common for people with a mental health disorder such as anxiety, depression, schizophrenia, or bipolar disorder to have problems with alcohol or other substances. History of trauma. People with a history of emotional trauma or other trauma are at increased risk of alcohol use disorder. Having bariatric surgery. Some research suggests indicate that having bariatric surgery may increase the risk of developing alcohol use disorder or of relapsing after recovering from alcohol use disorder. That's interesting. Social and cultural factors. Having friends or a close partner who drinks regularly could increase your risk of alcohol use disorder. The glamorous way that drinking is sometimes portrayed in the media also may send the message that it's okay to drink too much. For young people, the influence of parents, peers, and other role models can impact the risk. Now here's complications, guys. Complications. Alcohol depresses your central nervous system. In some people, the initial reaction may feel like an increase in energy, but as you continue to drink, you become drowsy and have less control over your actions. Too much alcohol affects your speech, muscle coordination, and vital centers of your brain. A heavy drinking binge may even cause a life-threatening coma or death. This is a particular concern when you're taking certain medications that also depress the brain's function. Excuse me. Impact on your safety. Excessive drinking can reduce your judgment skills and lower inhibitions, leading to poor choices in dangerous situations or behaviors, including motor vehicle accidents and other types of accidental injuries, such as drowning, relationship problems, poor performance at work or school, increased likelihood of committing violent crimes or being a victim of a violent crime, legal problems or problems with employment or finances, problems with other substance use, engaging in risky unprotected sex or experiencing SA or DR,
Mm.
increased risk of attempted or completed unaliving yourself. Absolutely. Prayers for your Aunt Lisa, honey. She said, I wish my aunt felt that way. The doctor told her she was dying, but she can't seem to quit. She told me she wants to live in a controlled environment. And Still and Tree said, Lisa, it's basically up to her. In order to quit, you have to really want to quit. Absolutely. Prayers for your Aunt Lisa, honey. And Tony, I don't see you there. Come back up here. I'll pull you back up, my friend. Do you need the link? I'll put it back in chat for Tony. Because you wouldn't ask for it, but this is just for Tony, guys. Let's see. Just for Tony, please. Okay, there you go, Tony. Hopefully you can get back in there now. Lisa said, she says she wants to, but when she is left alone, she will drink. She's been in and out of rehab. That's why she wants to live somewhere like a home. All right, neck on it. Crazy thing. There you go, brother. All righty. Impact on your health. Drinking too much alcohol on a single occasion or over time can cause health problems, including liver disease. Heavy drinking can cause increased fat in the liver, hepatic steatosis. I don't know these words, guys. I'm not a doctor. And inflammation of the liver or alcoholic hepatitis. Over time, heavy drinking can cause irreversible destruction and scarring of the liver tissue, which is cirrhosis. Digestive problems. Heavy drinking can result in inflammation of the stomach lining, gastritis, as well as stomach and esophageal ulcers. It can also interfere with your body's ability to get enough B vitamins and other nutrients. Heavy drinking can damage your pancreas or lead to inflammation of the pancreas, which is pancreatitis. If I'm not pronouncing these correctly, guys, I apologize, but you guys can see them on the screen. Heart problems. Excessive drinking can lead to high blood pressure and increases your risk of an enlarged heart failure, or stroke. Even a single binge can cause serious irregular heartbeats, arrhythmia, called arterial fibrillation. Hello, Joni. Good to see you, darling. I hope you are well. Diabetes complications. Alcohol interferes with the release of glucose from your liver and can increase the risk of low blood sugar, hypoglycemia. This is dangerous if you have diabetes and are already taking insulin or some other diabetes medication to lower your blood sugar. Issues with sexual function and period. Heavy drinking can cause men to have difficulty maintaining an erection, or ED. In women, heavy drinking can interrupt menstrual periods. Eye problems. Over time, heavy drinking can cause an involuntary rapid eye movement. I cannot pronounce that word. Nystagmus, maybe, I don't know. As well as weakness and paralysis of your eye muscles due to the deficiency of vitamin B-1 thiamine. A thiamine deficiency can result in other brain changes such as irreversible dementia if not promptly treated. Birth defects. Alcohol use during pregnancy may cause miscarriage. It may also cause fetal alcohol spectrum disorders, or FASD. FASD can cause a child to be born with physical and developmental problems that last a lifetime. Bone damage. Alcohol may interfere with making new bone. Bone loss can lead to thinning bones, osteoporosis, and an increased risk of fractures.
Bad to the bone.
Alcohol can also damage bone marrow, which makes blood cells. This can cause a low platelet count, which may result in bruising and bleeding. Neurological complications. Excessive drinking can affect your nervous system, causing numbness and pain in your hands and feet, disordered thinking, dementia, and short term memory loss. Weakened immune system. Excessive alcohol can make it harder for your body to resist disease, including your risk of various illnesses, especially pneumonia. And now I've never even heard of this one, but increased risk of cancer. Long term excessive alcohol use has been linked to a higher risk of many cancers, including mouth, throat, liver, esophagus, colon, and breast cancers.
Mhm.
Even moderate drinking can increase the risk of breast cancer. Wow, I've never heard that before.
Any wear
I
and
heard
tear
the
on your
colon.
body can create a place for cancer.
I heard about the colon cancer. That's how
Yeah,
much
I've
alcohol.
never, no, I've never heard that before. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Whenever you have any wear and tear, repeatedly, that's where cancer grows.
Right. Medication and alcohol interaction. Some medication interact with alcohol, increasing its toxic effects. Drinking while taking these medications can either increase or decrease their effectiveness or make them dangerous. Prevention. Early intervention can prevent alcohol related problems in teens. If you have a teenager, be alert to the signs and symptoms that may indicate a problem with alcohol. I think these are just these. It says teens, but I guess these would be for everybody, like in general. Um,
Loved
Loss
one.
of interest in activities or hobbies and personal appearance, red eye, slurred speech, problems with correlation and memory lapses, difficulties or changes in relationships with friends, such as joining a new crowd, declining grades and problems in school, frequent mood changes, and defensive behavior. Says you can help prevent teenage alcohol use. Set a good sample with your own alcohol use. Talk openly with your child, spending quality time together, and become actively involved in your child's life. Let your child know what behavior you expect and what the consequences would be for not following the rules. And then we'll go over this one and then we'll talk about it. Diagnosis. You are likely to start by seeing your primary health care provider. If your provider suspects you have a problem with alcohol, you may be referred to a mental health provider. To assess your problem with alcohol, your provider will likely ask you some questions related to your drinking habits. The provider may ask for permission to speak with family members or friends. However, confidentiality laws prevent your provider from giving out any information about you without your consent. Perform a physical exam. Your healthcare provider may do a physical exam, ask questions about your health. There are many physical signs that indicate complications of alcohol use. Suggest lab tests and imaging tests. While there are no specific tests to diagnose alcohol use disorder, certain patterns of lab test results may strongly suggest it, and you may need tests to identify health problems that may be linked to your alcohol use. Damage to your organs may also be seen on the test. Complete a psychological evaluation. This evaluation includes questions about your symptoms, thoughts, feelings, and behavior patterns. You may be asked to complete a questionnaire to help answer these questions. I honestly didn't know that there was treatment for alcohol, but that's what it says.
Mm-hmm.
It says treatment for alcohol use disorder can vary depending on your needs. Treatment may involve a brief intervention, individual or group counseling, an outpatient program, or residual inpatient stay. Working to stop alcohol use to improve quality of life is the main treatment goal. Treatment for alcohol use disorder may include detox and withdrawal. Treatment may begin with a program in detoxification withdrawal that's medically managed, sometimes called detox. This generally takes 2 to 7 days. You may need to take sedating medications to prevent withdrawal symptoms. Detox is usually done in an inpatient treatment center or a hospital. Learning new skills and making a treatment plan. This process usually involves alcohol treatment specialists. It may include goal setting, behavior change techniques, Use of self-help manuals, counseling, and follow-up care at a treatment center. Psychological counseling. Counseling and therapy for groups and individuals help you better understand your problem with alcohol and support recovery from the psychological aspects of alcohol use. You may benefit from couples or family therapy. Family support can be an important part of the recovery process. Excuse me. Oral medications, a drug called disulfiramide, I can't pronounce it, guys, may help you prevent you from drinking, although it won't cure alcohol use disorder or remove the urge to drink. If you drink alcohol while taking that,
Disulfiram?
the drug produces a physical reaction that may include flushing, nausea, vomiting, and headache. Naltrexone, a drug that blocks the good feelings of alcohol causes, may prevent heavy drinking and reduce the urges drinks. A camprostate may help you combat alcohol cravings once you stop drinking. Unlike disulfiram, naltrexone, and acamprostate don't make you feel sick after taking a drink. Injected medication. Vitrel, a version of the drug naltrexone, is injected once a month by a healthcare professional. Although similar medication can be taken in pill form, the injectable version of the drug may be easier for people recovering from alcohol use disorder to use constantly. Honey, I have no idea. I can't pronounce these words. I've never even heard of them. I have no idea, Lisa, honey. Continuing support aftercare programs and support groups help people recovering from alcohol use disorder to stop drinking, manage relapses, and cope with necessary lifestyle changes. This may include medical or psychological care or attending a support group. Treatment for psychological problems. Alcohol use disorder commonly occurs along with other mental health disorders. If you have depression, anxiety, or other mental health condition, you may need to talk therapy, psychotherapy, medications, or other treatments. Medical treatment for health conditions. Many alcohol related health problems improve significantly once you stop drinking, but some health conditions may warrant continued treatment and follow up care. Spiritual practices. People who are involved with some type of irregular spiritual practice may find it easier to maintain recovery. Hold on just a second. I'll get it for you, Link. Tony. There you go, Tony. Oops. I find it easier to maintain recovery from alcohol use disorder or other addictions. For many people, gaining greater insight into their spiritual side is a key element in recovery. Okay, Rebel said what it is. I can't pronounce a darn thing. Disulfiram is used to help overcome your drinking problem. It's not a cure for alcoholism, but rather will discourage you from drinking. Is only available with your doctor's prescription.
Disulfiram.
I can't pronounce a darn thing. There you go, Tony. Residual. I know this. The Restream just does not like you, my friend.
I'll turn my camera off and it kicks me off.
Huh. I was still intrigued. I never did any of the meds. I just quit. No rehab or anything like that. Did it on my own without one relapse. Well, that's amazing. Good for you. That's amazing. For serious alcohol use disorder, you may need to stay at a residential treatment facility. Most residential treatment programs include individual and group therapy support groups, educational lectures, family involvement, and activity therapy. Residential treatment programs typically include licensed alcohol and drug counselors, social workers, nurses, doctors, and other with expertise and experience in treating alcohol use disorder. This is alternative medicine. I don't know if this works or not, but we'll talk about here when we get a chance. But it says alternative medicine. Avoid replacing conventional medical treatment and psychotherapy with alternative medicine. But if used in addition to your treatment plan when recovering from alcohol use disorder, these techniques may be helpful. Yoga. Yoga series of postures and controlled breathing exercise may help you relax and manage stress. Meditation. During meditation, you focus your attention on and eliminate the stream of jumbled thoughts that may be crowding your mind and causing stress. Acupuncture. With acupuncture, hair thin needles are inserted under the skin. Acupuncture may help reduce anxiety and depression. Lifestyle and home remedies. As a part of your recovery, you need to focus on changing your habits and making different lifestyle choices. These strategies may help. Considering your social situation, make it clear to your friends and family that you're not drinking alcohol. Develop a support system of friends and family who can support your recovery. You may need to distance yourself from friends and social situations that impair your recovery. Develop healthy habits. For example, good sleep, regular physical activity, managing stress more effectively, and eating well all can make it easier for you to recover from alcohol use disorder. Do things that don't involve alcohol. You may find that many of your activities involve drinking. Replace them with hobbies or activities that are not centered around alcohol. Okay, and this one's coping and support. I think this is a big thing. Many people with alcoholic problems and their family members find that participating in support groups is an essential part of coping with the disease. Preventing or dealing with relapses and staying sober. Your healthcare provider or counselor can suggest a support group. These groups are also often listed on the web. Here are a few examples. Alcoholics Anonymous, or AA, is a self-help group for people recovering from alcoholism. AA offers a sober peer group and is built around 12 steps as an effective model for achieving total abstinence. Women for Sobriety. Women for Sobriety is a nonprofit organization offering a self-help group program for women who want to overcome alcoholism and other addictions. It focuses on developing coping skills related to emotional and spiritual growth, self-esteem, and a healthy lifestyle. Excuse me, guys. I've never heard this one. Al-Anon and Alateen. Al-Anon is designed for people who are affected by someone else's alcoholism. Alateen groups are available for teenage children of those with alcoholism. In sharing their stories, family members gain a greater understanding of how the disease affects the entire family. Hello, Steve-O. I hope you are well. Good to see you. Still and Tree said, one thing that helped me, I surrounded myself with people that supported my decision to quit. You have to stay positive. Absolutely, my friend. Celebrate Recovery. Celebrate Recovery is cross-center 12-step recovery program for people struggling with addiction. Smart Recovery. Smart Recovery offers mutual support meetings for people seeking science-based, self-empowered addiction recovery. Preparing for your appointment. Now, these are just some tips, guys. If you have an appointment and you want to talk to your doctor, these are just some tips, and I think this might be the last of it, but I'm not 100% sure. And I was just trying to go over it, as much as I could, and then we'll let the gentleman talk. This is preparing for your appointment. Here's some information to help you get ready for your appointment and what to expect from your healthcare provider or mental health provider. Consider your drinking habits. Take an honest look at how often and how much you drink. Be prepared to discuss any problems that alcohol may be causing. You may want to take a family member or friend along if possible. Before your appointment, make a list of any symptoms you've had, including any that may seem unrelated to your drinking. Keep personal information, including any major stresses or recent life changes. All medication, vitamins, herbs, or other supplements that you're taking and their dosage. Questions to ask your provider. Some questions to ask include, do you think I drink too much or show signs of problems drinking? Do you think I need to cut back or quit drinking? Do you think alcohol could be causing or worsening my other health problems? What's the best course of action? What are the alternatives to the approach that you're suggesting? Do I need any medical tests for underlying physical problems? Are there any brochures or other printed material that I can have? What websites do you recommend? Would it be helpful for me to meet with a professional experienced in alcohol treatment? Don't hesitate to ask any other questions with your doctor. That's what they're there for, guys. If they don't know, then they can find the answer. What to expect from your doctor. Be ready to answer questions from your healthcare provider or mental health provider, which may include how often and how much do you drink? Do you have any family members with alcohol problems? Do you sometimes drink more than you intend to drink? Have relatives, friends, or coworkers ever suggested that you need to cut back or quit drinking? Do you feel like you need to drink more than you previously did to get the same effect? Have you tried to stop drinking? If so, was it difficult and did you have any withdrawal symptoms? Have you had problems at school, at work, or in your relationships that may be related to alcohol use? Have there been times that you behaved in dangerous, harmful, and a violent way when you were drinking? Do you have any physical health problems such as liver disease or diabetes? Do you have any mental health issues such as depression or anxiety? Do you use recreational drugs? Your healthcare provider or mental health provider will ask additional questions based on your responses, symptoms, and needs. Preparing and anticipating questions will help you make the most of your appointment time. Alrighty, guys. So that was some information.
Yeah.
You done good with that.
I appreciate it. All right, guys. So getting to know these, our two friends up on here. So who wants to go first? What do y'all think? What do y'all think about what I went over so far?
Everything was pretty much.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely stuff I've heard, stuff I haven't heard, and like the stuff about the drugs you can take to help alcohol not work or to make you sick. I've heard of the one where it makes you sick if you drink alcohol, so it gives you like a bad reaction. But I don't know. I find that I, those I don't think that those would work because they're not real, and person's just gonna find a way if he wants to drink to either stop taking the medicine or find a way to drink. So I
Well,
don't know.
I've
You have
never heard of it, so I didn't
Right.
even know there was medication out there to help. I had no idea.
There's a
I did.
very good point to wanting. You have to want to do anything to do it. If you
That's
don't want to
exactly
do
right.
something,
You know,
people are smart and they're gonna find a way to do it.
Absolutely. Steve-O said well, if I can, I was fortunate enough to make my prayer to the Lord of porcelain, and as I passed out at the base of the throne at an early age, and prayers like that granted must be honored, and I'm still fulfilling it today. Absolutely.
he's talking about the toilet. He's talking
Yep.
about the toilet.
All right, Still in Tree. Thank you so much for being in here. Please come back anytime, my friend.
Yeah, I mean,
Now,
alcohol
is
is
this true?
bad
Okay, I
news.
have a question. My niece drunk like nobody's business, like a lot, a lot, a lot. And she quit cold turkey, like just completely quit cold turkey. Okay, and you can ask Gribble this. She completely quit cold turkey. As soon as she quit cold turkey, she wound up on life support.
Exactly. You cannot quit alcohol or obituaries.
Cause
I
she
have a
like
friend who.
literally,
Cold turkey.
she
You have to have medical attention if you
Now
quit
I'm not
doing
sure if
anything.
this was
If
true.
not, you will die.
Oh, sorry.
you're all right. We're
I'm
just
not sure if
discussing.
this. My friend, I had a friend who passed from alcohol. Now I'm not sure if it's true, but he said he was wanted to stop. He was going to stop drinking, and that could have triggered it too. Or like it said, like drinking either way could put you into a coma, which he slipped into a coma and then passed.
Oh. Well,
So
see, my niece,
it-
my niece, when they took her on life support, she was swelling up like a balloon, like she had a lot of fluid and stuff,
mm,
and so her kidneys completely stopped working. They put her on dialysis, and she lost a buttload of weight because it takes the fluid away from you, you know. And she was doing good. They took her off dialysis, and now she started back drinking, and she's swelling up and stuff like that. And I'm scared to death, you know, that if she stops drinking again, that she might have to go through all the hell again. You know what I mean?
There are like you need to go somewhere and see your healthcare provider or whatever, because there are drugs to prevent you from withdrawing and stuff like that, and slipping into a coma and dying. So
Right.
there are ways to do that, which blew my mind too, to think that somebody had to dedicate their life to finding out, okay, people want to stop drinking, but if they do, sometimes they can die. I want to stop those withdrawals or whatever, so I'm going to work on a medicine, a drug that it's just crazy that we were
Now,
able
Lisa's got a question. I believe this is true. So, if someone drinks for a long period of their lives and they quit, they could pass.
Yes.
That is very true. My doctor told me if I quit, I better be at the hospital when I do.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you want me to share that, Tony, because I know you sent me pictures and I could share. I don't care.
Oh yeah, no,
Okay,
go
well,
ahead.
I mean,
Go
it's
ahead,
of
baby.
you, so I just wanted to make sure.
This is what alcohol does to you. This is for everybody. This is what alcohol
Okay,
will do
honey.
to you.
And then I want you guys to still talk about it, but I'm just like, I didn't know if you wanted me to share it or, you know what I mean? Because it's
No, yeah,
personal,
that's why I
so I
sent it.
didn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
know.
why. Yeah, that's why I sent
All
it.
right, so let me get it. Hold on just a
That's
second.
exactly what happened to my friend Bobby P. He
Just a
he
second.
said he was stopping drinking and slipped into a coma and
Okay,
passed.
all right, so let me click
Well,
on this.
Lisa's best friend. Lisa's best friend. She was on vodka every day, and she just quit one day. Boom, she was gone
Oh
a week
my
later.
gosh. It said, Elisa said they had to drain 1 liter of liquid from my aunt's liver once she passed out and ruptured it. Oh my gosh.
Mm.
Bless your heart. Now this one, now Tony gave me permission because he's right there on the screen with me, just in case so nobody don't say nothing, which they shouldn't. But I'm just saying, Tony shared this
Right,
with
that's
me.
my opinion.
Tony wanted me to share this with you guys to bring awareness to this.
I'm gonna show you what alcohol will do to you.
This is Tony, guys.
That's what alcohol will do to you.
And it says that y'all probably can't read it, but I'll read it to you. It says, it's been a year. God still has me. This was August 18th of 2019. Thank you, Jesus, and thanks to my soldiers who stood beside me. And it says who they are. I won't dox. It says, don't know why I'm here, but we did it. Thank you, Jesus.
Amazing.
And so what caused you to go on that, Tony? I don't want to trigger nobody, so I'll remove it. But what caused you to
Double
go into coma, or, you know, being put on life support?
double pneumonia
Okay.
first, and then I found out I had cirrhosis, and I found out I had COPD, emphysema, pancreatitis,
Oh my gosh.
and
Bless your heart.
hepatitis, and hepatitis A.
And all that's from drinking. Or a good majority, you know, good majority of it. I know COPD's from smoking.
Well, drinking and
Yeah.
smoking. Yeah.
How old were you at the time?
Let's see, it was in 2000, September of 2018.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't that long. Okay, you look kind of young in there.
No,
It's
it
hard to
wasn't
tell,
that
but
long.
I thought you might have been young in the picture.
No, I just didn't want to
Now
hurt
how
Uh,
long
myself.
now how long have both of y'all, now this is a question for both of y'all. How long have both of y'all been drinking?
Me?
Go ahead, baby.
I don't know. I've always been drinking, I guess. Yeah, since I was a kid. Yeah, I used to not drink during the week, but then I started.
Right.
I just can't
Now,
quit.
can y'all tell? I mean, because I don't drink, and I don't, you know, I'm all supportive. You guys know that. I'm supportive of anybody. You know, but like, what caused y'all to drink? Was it something to do with like depression, or you just hung out with the wrong crowd, or what was the case? Like, you just.
Well,
Can I go with this
when
one?
I got older, I started to like have a little drink. I was like, oh, I wonder if I can do this without feeling shitty in the morning. And had a little drink, and I didn't feel shitty in the morning. So I had
Right.
more, and I
Right.
didn't feel shitty in the morning. So now I'm just trying to have just one drink, just one drink, and that's it. And I don't feel shitty if it's just one drink. But if I have more drinks, which I've been having a little problem doing, that's when I get into an issue. So I'm doing good now. I'm trying not to do that, so I'll be all
Well,
right.
that's all right. You know you're supported here. And if you ever backslid, you or Tony, either one of y'all, I might not understand, but both y'all can message me. Hey, Beck, I need somebody to talk to. I got you. I got
Mhm.
you. If you need a little pick me up, I got you.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, my buddy just got out of rehab this morning. He just came back from
Oh.
Lexington. And he called me at 3 a.m. I talked to him at 7 o'clock this morning. I said, dude, I got a live to do later.
It's like it's kind of important. Now,
Mm.
Tony, well,
But he said, no, he said he needed to talk to me because he knows I
right,
understand,
right.
you know.
Like you're one of those friends you understand, but you know, kind of like with me, I might not understand, but I can still be there for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
No, I mean, I understand everything because he's an alcoholic. And he came home after 30 days and caught his wife in the bed with
oh
another
my
man.
goodness, that
So
kind of drives you to drink, I
he just
guess,
told
don't it?
It was a bad
I
thing.
mean,
he just told him to leave. Told him to leave, and he walked to the store and bought him
Some people like that.
240s, and then came back, and now he's been stuck there. I think he said a week.
Mm.
He said he got out that morning. Now he's been there a week. He called me this morning though. I was like, nah, dude. I mean, I've been talking to you 5 hours. Come on.
now, Brad, yours was just from you're like I'm gonna try this out. Now, what was yours from, Tony?
Okay, this is stupid, really. As a child, both sides of my family, on dads and moms, every one of them, mamos, papos, every one of them
Right,
alcoholics, including
right.
my mother. But okay, her mom or dad and mom divorced, I think, when I was 5. So mom had to go to work and raise 3 of us. So nobody was ever home with me. I was I was the guy, you know. There was always beer in every refrigerator I went to,
Mm.
always. You know, because both sides of my family, even my friends' family was like
Mm.
that. They all had beer in their fridge, so I would snake a couple. And that was about when I was 12 years
Mm.
old. I was just snaking beers, you know. One or two, I'd be
Right,
gone.
right. You was a lightweight back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I got to where I was 14, I started drinking every single day. See, when I was 12, it was only like on the weekends or maybe still one during the week. But on the weekends, it was hardcore. Friday, Saturday, and half of Sunday. And then when I was 14, it was every single day.
Mm.
But I was functioning, you know, nobody knew.
Mm.
Right.
Then finally, my sister, when I was 16, went and told my mom. So my mom comes and raids my room. She finds
Oh my
everything.
goodness gracious.
And she beat the shit out of
Mm.
Oh
me.
Lord.
Then called the police. Then called the police and told them that I was stealing people's beer.
Mm.
Well, I moved out after that, of course. Got married. And that's when it got bad.
Mm,
Real bad. I got abusive. I become a drunk.
wow.
So I lost my wife, my son, only son I got. And then I calmed down a little bit, went back to work and all that good stuff. Ended up finding this woman. She had 4 kids. Um, I guess I was 30, 33 at the time. And that went to shit too. But I still got my stepchildren. That they still call me. They still come and see
Right.
me. But I was back out. I turned into a drunk again, and now I'm just an alcoholic. When my feet hit the ground, I have to go grab a beer and go straight to the shitter. Then I thank God, you know, for letting me wait and stuff. And I pop my beer and sit there and drink while I'm sitting there. And if I don't, I'm everything in my gut is coming up.
Mm.
Oh,
You
so
know,
you have
like
bad withdrawals if you don't wake up with a beer or go to sleep with a beer.
Mm. Oh, that's
exactly.
not good.
That's how bad it is. and nobody needs to live that
Mm-mm.
life. Why was the first thing you need to do when your feet hit the ground is go to that refrigerator?
Right.
Good.
That that's no
You're
life.
really, I mean, like,
That's not.
you know, and it's sad. Like I talked to you before. It's sad. Like you said, it's a hell because your body is dependent
It
on it. Like
is.
you don't want to, but you're like, I have to.
Even though I don't want it. Even though I don't want it, I still gotta go grab it. If not, I'm gonna be sitting there puking.
Oh my gosh.
Plain and simple. I got a puke bucket right here. I would show you, but it's
Well,
half
you're
full.
good, honey. I believe you. I honestly do. I do. I do. You're good.
Oh yeah.
That's why everything's right here in this little bitty
I don't know if
hole.
it's a savior or a good thing or a bad thing, but I was exactly the same with you. There's always beer in the fridges I grew up with, but thing is with me, I never liked beer. Hated beer, so I never really was a drinker when I was young. It wasn't until later and I tasted whiskey and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I
oh, I
like this
love the
stuff."
whiskey now, but I can't be doing the
Yeah,
whiskey.
that's all I do.
I mean, I do. I drink the little shots that way because I can limit myself. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? If I get a bottle, I'm drinking the whole
Right.
thing.
I'm
Good, it's
sure
over.
nobody would say that was bad for somebody to drink one drink a
Right. Well,
night.
they say the doctors do say, and I don't know why, but the doctors do say like one or two glasses of wine or a couple of beers a day is good for your kidneys.
That list that you had up on what you're reading about
Right.
what is considered one drink, I don't even think this is considered what they put as one drink. And I fill it to the top. I fill
That's
it all
not
the way to the top. And they,
that's not one
yeah,
drink.
well, they didn't even put this on the list. This isn't 40%. This is 101% alcohol
Yeah, they
or
didn't
proof
show.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
they didn't.
Oh, you got that
Well,
Yeah.
turkey,
I'll pull
didn't
it
you?
back up. I'm kind of curious now.
Wild
You're
Turkey
talking about it, so
101.
now I'm curious. Give me
I'm
just
not
a second.
sure. I'm not
Let me
sure
see
what
if
the
I can
proof
find it.
is. Difference between the proof and the alcohol
Let's
percent. I
see.
don't know if they put the proof. Like this
Let
isn't
me find. Hold
42.
on just a second. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna go over this together.
Yeah.
The proof's half of the
Proof is in the
percentage.
pudding.
Okay, it says the National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism defines one standard drink of any of these 12 ounces or 355 milliliters of regular beer, about 5% alcohol, 8 to 9 ounces, 237 to 266 milliliters of malt liquor, about 7% alcohol, 5 ounces or 148 milliliters of wine, about 12% alcohol, and 1.5
I was going
ounces,
to ask about the 12.
44 milliliters of hard liquor or distilled spirits, about 40%. Yeah, there's nowhere in there that says 140 proof or whatever you just said, Brad.
40% alcohol is.
No,
I
it's a
think
101.
40% alcohol is 80 proof. So I'm drinking
Yeah, 80 proof.
maybe 60%.
Honey, I
No,
don't know.
no,
I don't know. That's what you
maybe
was just talking about. I
120.
was like, I gotta pull it up because I don't know.
Maybe 55. Probably 55. So 1.5 ounces. How much is 1.5 ounces?
Honey, I have no idea.
This is probably
That's
1.5
this
ounces right here. I'm thinking. Oh,
right here.
It's like what, like a
oh
shot
yeah.
and a
See
half, basically.
Th-
It's
that?
one shot.
Okay, yeah. That little airplane bottle
Right,
is
right.
1. So pretty much
Yes.
this, like I said, this is one drink as they considered, which not even because the percent is higher. So, and I fill this to the top. So, what do I drink? 5 drinks? That's
Okay,
5 drinks. I would have to
listen.
say.
All right, Brad, listen here. This is 33% alcohol, but it's 66 proof.
Okay. Wait, hang on. What was it?
So, so if it's 101, if it's 100% alcohol, it'll be 200 proof.
Yeah, no, it's not too.
It's
Yeah.
double. It's double
Yep.
the percent.
Okay. All right.
I mean, on
Yeah.
proof.
Yeah. It's up on the proof. So if it's
This
40
says
proof.
alcohol percent is
Oh, wait.
33%, and the proof is 66.
Okay.
There's Rebel, guys. I told you guys he would come up with this.
Hi, Rebel.
What's cracking, Rebel?
What's up, everybody?
Oh,
And
not much.
Rebel has a story too. So we heard Brad's and we heard Tony's. Now we get to hear Rebel's.
Yeah.
Let's hear it, brother.
Well, I back when I was younger, I was pretty bad. I drank a case of Budweiser a day.
Mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, my dad did that, I think.
and I think mine comes from my dad. Now, my dad didn't drink that much. He'd get a six pack every night after work and sit there and drink it before he go to bed. I don't consider my dad an alcoholic for drinking six beers a night after he worked 15, 16 hours a day. I don't consider that an alcoholic.
No.
But I mean, he done it every day for fuck as long as I can remember. But when I got to the point where I was going in bars at 12 years old. I had a full grown beard at
Yeah.
12 years old and could walk in a bar. But back then they didn't ID much or anything like that. And hell, I've had brother-in-law Cecil Chapman was my brother-in-law, and that man could drink and drink. He's like Tony. He'd get up in the morning and he wouldn't grab no cigarette. He wouldn't even go to the bathroom. He'd go straight to the refrigerator, grab a beer, and then he would
Mm.
go to the bathroom and light a cigarette.
Me too.
And I watched it kill him. He ended up having cirrhosis of the liver.
Hmm.
But I mean, he done that for 45 years because he died in his 60s. But 45 years of watching that, and then my dad passed away. He didn't. I don't know. Dad didn't pass away from alcoholism, but I told him that I would quit drinking for him,
Mm.
and I did for a long time. Hell, I didn't drink from '97 till about 2007. 10 years. I quit 10 years,
Wow.
and then I started back. But I don't do it. I didn't do it as much as I used to. God
Hmm.
Almighty, I
Oh
didn't do
yeah. A decade's good enough. Yeah.
it. Oh, I'd done it like I did, but not as much.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a beer drinker no more. I can't stand beer. Tastes like horse piss, and I don't even know what horse piss tastes like. You
I'm
need
with you there, buddy. And I
oh,
do know what horse piss tastes like.
well, that's
Good.
That's on you, Brad. That's
that's
on you.
that's one of your fucked up nights, Brad. But I'm a liquor drinker. I love Jack and Coke. I love
Mm.
Jack and Coke.
Oh,
That's
I
why I
do
started
too. I
drinking
like
liquor
whiskey
because you
too.
could mix it first. But then I
Yeah,
found out that I also
I don't
like it
like.
straight. So, I just want to
Nah,
say
I
something to
like straight
Lisa.
whiskey.
This was a full glass. It was a full glass.
but now there's two different sizes. Now I can drink white liquor, and
Mm,
my God, I want
mm.
to fight,
Yes, he does.
but I
That's
can
me. I can't
I can
drink
drink brown liquor and
liquor.
I'm
I
fine. I
cannot
want
drink.
to chill. I want to sit down, have a good time, unless I get too
I like
much
that
of it.
bourbon
Now,
stuff.
I have drunk, and Becca was with me when we went out after work one night, and I drunk about $225 worth of Jack and Coke.
Oh my goodness.
At a
Good
at
Expensive
God.
a
bar.
gay bar.
What
And well,
the
I
hell
went
are you
with
doing
Becca.
at a gay
Becca's
bar?
bisexual.
Why are you
Becca's
Now
going?
bisexual.
I'm bisexual, and I love the drag queens, and I love the ladies, and I love the
Oh my
men, and
goodness.
it was crazy because we was outside smoking a cigarette, and I was dancing and hanging out with my friends,
Let me say this: I'm already drunk at this time. Eyes already red.
He's tore
Oh
up from the
boy.
floor up. So I go
Mm.
inside and hang out with my friends. He said, "Go hang out with your friends. I'll be fine out here." Well, when I come back, maybe 5 minutes, because I brought him a drink. He said, "I believe I could take that dude on." And I'm like, "Who are you talking about? This big old guy, like he was huge and making out with his boyfriend," which I support
Mhm.
100%. But he's like, "I believe I could take him on." I'm like, "No, the fuck you ain't. You better come on with me to the dance floor because we are not turning redneck in a gay bar. No, forget it. It
Now,
ain't
if you're at a
happening."
gay bar and you say, I'm going to take that man on, you're going to assume something else.
See, I was drunk and didn't pay no attention to my words.
Yeah.
I was ready. I was ready to throw hands.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. Hand jobs? No? Okay, never mind.
Every time I say something deadly, you come up with something
Listen
perverted.
at you, crazy.
But I have seen people go into DTs. My uncle, he was bad,
Mm.
and I've seen him go into DTs where he just laid in the floor and shook like a
I do the same
Like
man.
a
I
thing.
fish.
I
No
was
lie.
8 years old when I first seen that, and that just freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah, my friend Jerry has seizures.
If I sleep more than
I think it's
6
from
hours, I'm
alcohol.
jerking and shooting.
But now my uncle, my there's two different. I had
Mm.
Uncle Elmer and Uncle Fish. Uncle Elmer, when he got drunk, he was a redneck. Uncle Fish, when he drunk, he wanted to laugh, have a good time, wanted to sing all the time,
Yeah,
and he just wanted to have a good old time.
that's what I want to do.
And I guess I got a part of both of them because I want to have a good time when I'm relaxing and having a drink. But then I was I was Elmer sometimes when I got yeah.
Hmm.
Just it's nothing that I want to go through, and I don't. I wish I'd never picked them up, but I did. So there's nothing I can do about that now.
Hmm. I get like that too. I like to have a good time. I'm just here to chill in a good time. Like I started joining these other podcasts. I find an open title, and I'm having fun. Everybody's laughing. I'm being funny. But then they say something to piss me off, and I start getting angry and yelling. I'm like, oh, I don't want to be like that. I
Right,
don't like
right.
that. They
It's
Yeah.
the
started talking
alcohol
about
talking. It's the alcohol talking.
yeah. Well, they're talking about traveling. That means driving without a legal license. They think it's legal. It's good. I started
Let's
yelling
just
about.
say I'm sure, and Rebel's up here, so I'm sure you guys have had your beer goggles on before.
Hmm. Well, I always got my beer
Better.
goggles on. That's for the ladies.
I think she's trying to say nobody's.
That's my. Hey, I got them on right now. You
I
Hmm.
see?
think she's trying to say that nobody's ugly after 3 a.m. And I've been with some pretty ugly ass women. Yeah, yeah.
Everybody's
He said he was about to
beautiful.
chew his arm off. I'm like, good Lord, have mercy.
oh
But
Lord,
you know,
I've been there.
it's
I've been
it's
there too, Mo. I've
and
been
and
there.
women
Trust
are the same way. They got their beer goggles on, and they some pretty ugly ass men out there.
I don't need alcohol for beer goggles. I think everything is beautiful to me. I like it. I like it all.
I love this
He's like
guy, man.
Brad is like a hippie. He's just
Mhm.
peaceful. He's just chill.
I don't need my beer goggles. I think everything's
And
beautiful.
I think I
you
got this
know,
bandana.
uh,
Yeah.
I've been I've been to the bars with my friends, and for some fucking reason, I got this one friend. I love him to death.
Hmm.
Uh, every time we go to bars and he gets into it, I seem to be the one to break it up, but I get hit from
Hmm.
my friend. But it's by accident. I know it is. Um, I got nailed when.
Nah, he's making you think it's an
No, I know it's
accident.
an accident because he's drunk
People
too.
get real defensive when you start fucking sticking up for a friend or something. They think, "Oh, he's coming in. We better take him out first."
Well, I mean, I was pulling him off of this dude,
Mm.
and when you're drunk, you don't know who's behind you. So there was that time. One time we was at a bar, and he got into it with this guy, and he was choking him out. Well, when he got up, he took a swing at him, and I was trying to push the guy out of the way so he couldn't get hit. Well,
Mm.
I woke up next morning with a sore ass fucking jaw.
Mm.
He
Somebody probably thought you were stepping in.
No, I was pushing the other guy out of the way, and he was already in full swing.
Oh, so you got in the way of it.
He was
I
in
got
the
in the
line
way
of
of it.
fire.
Mm.
You got
Oh
clocked
yeah, I got
off,
clocked. I
man.
woke up next morning, my jaw was sore, and I asked Becky, and she said, "Well, Rob hit you." So I called him and I said, "My jaw is sore. My jaw is sore." He said, "What happened?" I said, "Apparently, Rebecca, you fucking nailed me last night trying to push that guy out of your way." But man, I guess those are good times. You have good times and bad times with drinking, but with your body, it's always a bad time because cirrhosis tears you up.
Mm.
And it tears you up
Yeah,
mentally
you
too
could.
sometimes because you can be sitting there thinking of a bad thought when the alcohol just kicks in at the right moment. You still got that thought in your head, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yep.
But what what Becca was reading and stuff kind of really could have helped or can help me. It's like I didn't know that you could like go to the doctors and say, "Hey, am I drinking too much?" And they'll give you a test to say, "Hey, you might be drinking too much, or maybe I'm not drinking too much." Because that's my question. I don't know. I'm not waking up in the morning. It's not affecting my job, except for I'm a little too tired. Like last night, I did drink too much. I threw up, which I don't usually do ever. So I was fucked up, but I made it through the day. I did my job. I was a little late. Not I didn't show up late. I mean, I was a little like took me a little longer to do
You're just a
everything,
little sluggish.
and things happened that day too. So I don't know. I had a little extra stuff to do, so I don't know if it was because I was sluggish or if there was the extra stuff. So it might not be affecting my work, but I am paying close attention. I don't want it to affect my work. A little while ago, I did call in for it. Was the first time I've ever called in because I drank too much. And that's when I'm putting up the red flag and say, hey, you got to put a fucking notch on this. And I'm good at that to saying like, hey, you're fucking up, like gaining weight or something, whether, I
Right,
listen to
right.
people say, hey, how can you not get to that weight limit and say, I got to do something about this. And I always try and do that for myself. Whenever you're fucking up too much, you got to be able to say, okay, that's it. I'm doing something about this. And it is a little hard. It's a little hard. I want to not drink at all because I also, speaking of the weight, drinking does affect your weight. Like it's like I think there's sugar and shit in whiskey or whatever. So I think it's probably not good for my teeth and for my weight. So I do want to not drink, but I also do want to drink because
Right, right. It's kind of like a fighting battle. You're like, I want to drink because I like it, but then I don't want to drink because I don't want to be sick or whatever, overweight or high blood pressure, diabetes or whatever.
want to see if I can do it. And I know I can do it because I did stop for a week a little while ago. So I know I can do it, but I'm always just sitting there going, man, I can just have one drink. I've had a rough day. I've earned it. I fucking,
Right,
a lot of people drink and, I'm not fucking not waking up and drinking. I'm not drinking during work or anything like that. So it's not affecting me really. I can, whatever. So I don't know. I had one drink and I think I'm good for tonight. I'll smoke my doobage, and maybe I don't have a limit on my doobage. Maybe I'll smoke one bowl or two. I don't think
there you
that's the
go.
problem.
But see, I think
Hey, honestly, marijuana
Yeah,
helps for real.
as long
like
as
I
it's
don't
legal.
judge,
It's
but I'm
legal for me.
thinking, I mean, I'm not really for sure because I never really had any, not that I can remember any alcoholics in my family, but I do know it probably, I'm sure it affects, the blood pressure, the cholesterol, I'd say it affects a lot. That's why it said something about a blood test. Like,
Mm,
check a blood test to check your levels and see how you're doing. So that might be what it's talking about, as in, the alcohol could affect your health, you know.
yeah,
Yeah,
but I think
yeah.
I could do
See,
that.
I got high blood pressure from it now.
I don't think it'd be that hard for me to get a blood test. I don't know if it. Well, going to
Yeah,
the
I mean,
doctor is just kind of
I
hard.
mean, like I'm not medical or whatever. I was just saying, if you are curious or you're concerned about like your health, like I mean, I don't judge nobody. I respect, people's decisions. I support them, but like as in like health wise, like for high blood pressure, that if your high blood pressure is too high, it could cause you to have a stroke or heart attack. You know what I mean? Or if you're a diabetic and your sugar's too high, you could go into diabetic coma. I mean, there's a lot of things that can contribute to possibility of drinking,
Yeah. I also didn't know that it can affect your heart. It can give you an enlarged heart and mess up your heartbeat and stuff. I did not know about that, and that's freaking me out because I do worry about the heart.
Yeah, it can give you a AFib, which means that your heart is like irregular beating.
I had that when I was born. I was born with a murmur. It's called a heart murmur.
Yeah, I was too. Yep. Yep.
Oh, wow. But I guess you grow out of it. Maybe I'm okay, but I don't want to set it off again. So I don't want to fuck around with that.
Right.
But yeah,
Okay, let me ask you this: if if you could give it up tonight, cold turkey, and never touch it again, could you?
but don't call it cold turkey because then I want some cold wild turkey.
Oh my Lord, listen at you.
Okay,
Gee.
if you could give it up straight tonight, could you? If you could drop it and never touch it again.
Yeah, I could, but I wouldn't want to. That's like I said, that you have to want to do it. I don't want to.
Right, like it's I think it's a mental thing,
What I'm
like,
saying is,
you
what
know.
you're worried about the murmur, so
I think I could do it if a doctor said, "Hey, knock it off." I'll go, "All right."
Right.
I don't believe that. I don't believe
You,
that because they told me if I ever took a drop again, that I'd be gone. That was in 2018. I quit for 2 months and 8 days only since I was 14 years old.
Wow.
yeah, yeah, you could be right about that. I do agree. If a doctor told me, "Hey, don't do it,"
Cause
a week later, I could be like, I might be able to take a sip
my
here.
uncle had pancreatic cancer, and I said, "Man, why would you drink then if they said it's gonna kill you?"
Hmm.
Guess what? 2018, they told me I ever touch a sip again, I'm dead. Well, here it is, to 2025, and yeah, I'm still
you know,
kicking.
to
But
me,
2 months and 8 days only. That's it.
out of everything that I've ever done, I've done quite a bit of stuff. I've drunk. I've done other stuff that we won't mention, but I gave every bit of that shit up cold turkey. Now I'll sip every now and then on a beer, like once every maybe year and a half, 2 years. Not a beer, but
Yeah, it's
Jack and
very,
Coke.
very, very rarely that we drink anything. Very rarely. You
Mm.
know.
But
I mean,
the
that's good.
hardest thing I've
That's
ever
what it's
gave up,
struggling
I
with for
seen
me.
It's love.
is no,
Oh,
is cigarettes.
this was cigarettes.
Yeah, that's the worst drug
Mm.
on this planet. People can say what
I
they
think
want to, but
alcohol
to
is.
me, that is a worst fucking drug anyone could ever have. And I know it comes from, you know, people growing it, but that fucking shit that people put in there is
Yeah.
very, very fucking
That's what
addictive.
it is.
I always wondered if you could find an all natural, like organic cigarette that doesn't have too many chemicals or shit in it. It probably tastes like
If
shit and doesn't
you
stay
grow it
lit.
yourself,
But yeah, I smoke and I've been wanting to quit that too. But I don't smoke like even doctors will tell like I smoke one or two or no 2 or 3 cigarettes a day. I used to smoke one or
Right.
2 cigarettes a day, and doctors will tell you, "Oh, I'm not even going to tell you you have to quit it for that."
Right. You only smoke a couple like to
How
keep
long
you
you been
going
smoking?
longer. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been smoking for a while, since I was a kid, but it's not a lot. I literally can't smoke a lot. Like if I'm having a party with my friends and they're smoking nonstop, yeah, I'll smoke more. But if I smoke 2 cigarettes in a row, I'll get fucking sick.
Right.
Like a
Right.
dumbass, when I was 8 years old, I picked cigarettes up.
Mm.
I've been smoking since I was 8 years old, and I'll be 58 in 2 more years. So
I've been smoking the same
Like the
amount.
40,
doctors will want to help me if I say, "Oh, I smoke 1 or 2
yeah.
packs a day." Yeah, if you smoke a pack a day or something like that, yeah, but they don't even care if you say, "Oh, I smoke 1 or 2 cigarettes a day." They go, "Oh, well, it's fine. Who gives a shit?"
My doctor would give me a fucking
Medal.
pardon if I told her I smoked one or two a day.
Yep. Because Rebel smokes about 1.5 to 2 packs a day, give or take.
I used to. I'm down to a
I
pack
do
a
the
day
same.
now.
And I
Yeah,
can
I'm about a
only
half a
smoke a
pack.
cigarette. I can usually only smoke a cigarette after I smoke weed. If I smoke a cigarette without smoking weed, I get sick.
But
Wow.
no, when I drank, man, I was two and a half, 3 packs within, I don't know, 7, 8 hours.
Mm. It's probably
Yeah,
because I had a
I used
cousin
to
who
was
committed
on drugs.
suicide who I smoked weed with for like maybe the first time or one of the first times, and he got me high and he said and gave me a cigarette. He said, "You smoke this after you smoke weed. It's the icing on the cake." So then maybe and then I got used to doing that, and that's just weird brain kind of the brain works kind of weird where it gets a little snap here, a wire twist there, and now that's the way it is. That's the way my body works now.
But now, I think drinking and cigarettes are, it's just a fucking habit because it's hand to mouth,
Mm.
just like you picked that bottle of water up there and drunk it just now. It's hand to mouth. If you got a glass of Sprite or whatever sitting there, just pick it up and drink it. I mean, I'm not saying that's what it is. That's just my guess.
Hand mouth. Hand to mouth to
I
God.
don't know.
You know,
Now, do y'all think? I mean,
My
like, okay,
mom.
so Rebel used to be alcoholic. Rebel's not alcoholic no more. And we have so
You'll
like,
always,
and I'm
I'll
not an
always,
alcoholic, so
babe,
it's kind of like we're
I'll
kind of
always be.
Once you're an alcoholic,
You're
you're
always
always
an
an
alcoholic.
well,
yep.
alcoholic.
you know what I
That's why
mean.
you can't drink.
Like he don't drink. He don't. He's like a what is it? Recovering alcoholic? Is that what it's called? Where you don't do it anymore?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
sort of.
Yes. Okay. So we have a recovering alcoholic. We have Tony, which he said that he's an alcoholic. Brad, he only, I don't know what you would call yours. I guess just like
I'm an
a daily
alcoholic.
drinker.
I would say I'm an alcoholic. I don't know.
You're
But
like a
you're an
daily
I'm not a
occasional.
bad alcoholic, but I
He's
would
a
still like to say my
function.
name is Bradley
He's
and
a
I'm an
functioning
alcoholic.
alcoholic. He's a functioning
Yeah.
alcoholic.
Yep. Exactly.
you're a daily drinker, definitely. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir,
now,
Bob.
do y'all think that because we have all different aspects up on the panel, do y'all think that it is mental related? Like it, like say for example, like I'm just saying for example, like say, a family member passed away or a close friend or something like that, and it's kind of like your security blanket, like that's what you went to. Do you think it's kind of that kind of goes hand in hand with stuff like that?
Yes. It's true because it retorts your emotions. It to use a bad word, which is
Yeah.
an actual medical word, it retards your emotions. It
Like it kind of eases them, but then think about it, guys. If you're drinking alcohol or whatever you're doing, I don't judge. It seems like once you sober up, the problem is still there. If that makes sense, you know what I mean. And so that's why I think a lot of people
That's facts.
turn into drugs and alcohol because they just want to keep that covered up in the back of their mind. They don't want to think about it. They just want to just constantly cover it up and be messed up or whatever the case may be, just to cover up that hurt that they have. You know.
it
That's
suppresses
how it starts. Yeah.
Yeah.
your emotions. So my mom told me before, like that. So I use that word that it like brings you back to an emotional where you can't like deal with like emotions at all. You can't. There's no. I don't know. Something like that.
Well, that's what I was just saying. And Rebels tells me all the time, you might get drunk or just whatever. And he says, but your issues will still be there once you sober up. So that's
Mhm.
why,
Yep.
I'm not upholding it. But I
That's
think
facts.
that's why, unfortunately, a lot of people turn to alcohol or drugs or whatever just to help themselves cope.
Well, it triggers it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
There's something that's always going to trigger it.
and like I said when I first started, like I don't think I said like you were asking why I started, and I can't because it was a while ago and I can't remember, but I do remember the process, but I don't remember why I started the process, and it could have been because I was going through something and I wanted to
Right, right.
kind of blur it.
Well, the reason I started is I thought it was something
I,
cool to do
exactly.
because
I was getting ready to
all
say
these.
That
same.
also could have been the reason. That also could have been it.
Mine was peer pressure. I seen everybody
Mm.
around me doing it, and I wanted to fit in with the
Ah,
cool crowd. Now
nope. I
there you
was
go.
sitting right here alone when I decided I think I can drink tonight.
Lord
But
have
mine
mercy.
was peer pressure because every time I went somewhere with some of my friends, they had alcohol.
Mm. Well,
But when they quit drinking, guess who was still drinking?
You.
Yeah,
me?
Not,
me.
yeah, you too, Bradley. All of y'all were still drinking.
And it's a, I don't know, I think it's a bad thought because hell, the
Mm.
people were drinking around me when I was drinking. I could have got them started drinking.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean, them seeing me drinking and them thinking, well, I want to be hanging around with the cool crowd. I got to start drinking.
I heard I got somebody to start smoking weed, and then I heard that it ruined their life. I felt bad about that, but now I'm laughing about it, and that's not right.
Well, I think drinking can give you hallucinations and kind of like y'all was talking about, the beer goggles on, or if you get in that
Mm.
mindset that you want to beat somebody's ass. I think a lot of it is like it's kind of like a mind trick. Like as in, okay, well, let me drink one more and see
Hmm.
how it goes. And they're like, no, I just need to drink one more. You know what I mean? And that might be how it turns into. But you
That
know,
little voice inside you that says, I want to get fucked up. That's a bad voice. So when you have one drink, you're like, I
right,
want to
and
get.
that's why I said I think it affects your mentally and physically, as in
Mm-hmm.
health
Oh,
problems and mental, because you're like, okay, well, if I don't have this drink, or whatever the case may be, then I'm gonna have a shitty day, or whatever, So it's kind of like a mind game. It's you're letting the alcohol control you, or whatever you're doing. You're letting
mm-hmm.
it control you, and you don't have no. You're like, okay, well, the alcohol is just controlling my life, and I don't know what to do without it. You know.
Mm.
Hey, let me jump down. I gotta answer this phone call. I think it's Hunter.
It was
Okay.
nice talking to you.
Hey, you too. Y'all be good. Stay safe.
All right. Love you.
Love y'all. How the hell did I get out of this bitch? Oh,
Uh,
I see it. I see it. I've never been on this end. I've been on Becca's end before.
Mm.
All right, y'all be good. I love y'all.
all right.
Oh,
Love you.
God. Yeah, I don't know if that's the way I like I said, like I do it. I want to get completely fucked up. I just want to get fucked up and not and be like black out. I want to be and I want to drink
That's the way I
to
used to be.
to that point. But what were you saying before that? Like that's what was it? What were you just
Me?
saying? I lost my
How
train.
it affect it, like controlling your life mentally, and like the alcohol is your life, not you. If that makes sense, you know.
Yeah, no, cause yeah, I don't need it. I don't. I I do it when I'm allowed to do it. As
Right.
someone could
Now,
say.
so like Tony, on the other hand, where he wakes up with a beer and goes to sleep with a beer, and he has them all day long. Like, I'm kind of pertaining, like, so it's kind of like, ruling your life. You know what I mean? Like, you're there, but your alcohol, you know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Okay. Even whenever I was working, I'd have Lisa drop them off little shots outside of my work so I could grab them and go back inside. And when I wanted one, go to the bathroom and shoot one down.
Mm.
So like on your end, Tony, like we hear your Brad, like you're all right, but Tony, your end is like it is in massive control, and you have to do
Yeah.
it to
Yeah.
function.
I mean,
I do
well,
not drink at
the
work.
doctors even told me if I quit, I better be in the hospital first.
Yes. It's
So
like
that's
I
what I'm
said.
saying. It's controlled, and you don't want it to. Like you said, it's the devil, but it's controlled your life, and so you're just kind of like I'm a shell of a person, and my life is alcohol, unfortunately. You know what I mean? Like if that makes
Yeah.
sense. And
Yep. Oh, and I'll tell you what, if anybody's bad as me, grab you a nice set of Legos. It'll slow down the brain.
Oh, but they're very expensive.
I've done Legos. Yeah, they're very expensive though.
And just so you know, Tony, if you need to go to the doctors, it doesn't mean that you have to quit. It doesn't, like you said that if
No,
you have to go there
I've got
to help you
GIs and
quit,
I've got all them doctors.
it doesn't mean that you have to. Don't be thinking, oh, don't be scared to go there because I have to do this and it's going to change everything.
No, I go to the doctors drinking. They know
now,
I drink.
Tony, now can you explain? Because this kind of goes hand in hand with what we're talking
I
about.
go to church drinking.
Like alcoholism, like as in cirrhosis of the liver. What exactly is that? Since you do suffer with it.
Oh man, it's horrible. You wake up if you sleep more than 6 hours, you're gonna be
Mm,
pooping and you're gonna have the shits. And it's the worst pain you've ever been in your life. I'll just tell you that.
mm. My father-in-law
Your
has
liver
a
ain't
new
gonna work.
liver.
Well, see, I got to quit for 6 months to get a new
Mm.
one.
Uh, so like
And I actually got a donor to give me half of hers. All they got to do is cut it in half and
right.
Oh yeah,
give it
that's
to
right.
mine.
Yeah,
She's never drunk a drop in her life.
Now, so
But I've got a donor and everything, but I got to quit for
I
now
give
6 months.
somebody my liver.
what can the doctors do for you, Tony? As in you having cirrhosis of the liver? Is there any medications or anything
Nope.
they can do to help you?
No
Oh
Because
my
medication.
medicine
God.
is actually medicine is bad for the liver. No matter what,
bad
if
for
it's
the
good,
liver too.
what even medicine that's good for you is always bad for the liver. That's the problem.
Like when I broke my back in three
Right.
spots, they couldn't give me nothing because of that.
Wow.
That's the problem. That
Nothing.
sucks. Yeah.
So you couldn't have
Yeah,
anything for pain because you're cirrhosis of the liver. Oh my
exactly.
gosh. And you got a broken back. I mean, and geez. And that's awful
Yeah,
because
that's what I was trying to
you're
tell
like,
them.
so I can't get anything for pain.
Except
So
for
now I have to turn to my alcohol just to curb my pain.
mm-hmm.
That's sad.
Yeah. And then they tell me they're going to do surgery and just go ahead and take care of it like that and leave some
Hey,
pain. Well, my my
mm,
BMI was, which is body mass
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
index, was negative fifteen
Oh my
Mm.
percent.
gosh.
So they couldn't even put me
Yeah,
in surgery.
that doesn't
So I
sound
had to
good at
deal with
all.
it. Still dealing with
So
it.
you're a little fella. Like are you underweight or
Yeah, yeah. I only weigh 107.
holy shit.
Could lift you with one arm.
Five, 5'9",
Oh
107.
my gosh. So I mean, like, I would have never, like, I knew you was in, like, maybe like 120 or something. I didn't realize you was, like, right at 100
Yeah.
pounds.
No, back whenever I went met up with Dolly, that was before I broke my back. I was right at 123.
Mm.
Now, what caused you to lose weight? Was it just where you broke your back?
I, I guess I don't know.
Well, bless your heart. And you would think, and don't get this the wrong way, you would think you would have a beer belly, Tony.
Mm.
No, no, it's flat as it can be.
Wow. And you like, you see people, there's so many people that suffer with this. So many people in the United States. And I didn't even pull up this to statistics, which I normally do, but there's so many people in the United States that suffer with addiction, alcoholism, drug addiction, whatever. And it's extremely sad because you're like, you want to help, but that person that's doing that don't know anything else other than what they're doing, if that makes sense.
And they have to want it.
Well, I can say I'm proud of my little sister. She's a. I don't know if I can say this on here, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it real quick.
Be vague about it. How about that?
You can abbreviate or you can,
Okay.
whatever you need to do. You know what I mean?
She's a
Okay,
syringe
gotcha.
junkie.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
That's
Like a
very
shot.
good.
She
Yeah.
she took off.
Hello, little Miss
She took
Sharon.
off.
Good to see you, darling. I hope you are well, sweetheart. Welcome.
The word pricked could have been used.
She took off to rehab about it's going on 7 months. She called me yesterday with her 6 month coin, but she went to Lexington because they have a live-in, a
Right.
co-op,
Mm.
so her boyfriend can
Right.
come with her, and they both got their coins. And I always thought he was a piece of shit
I
until I
did
talked
too.
to him. First time it was on
I
video
still
chat,
do.
and he was the nicest guy I think I ever
Mm.
met that she's been with.
Well, that's good. I still think he's a piece of shit.
So they're both doing good. They almost got 7 months in.
That's amazing. I
I
mean,
think they're going to stay
that's
a
really
year.
good because
Now she was going in her neck.
Mm.
I'm sure that's rough because it goes straight to your body. You know what I mean? Like it's and
Yeah,
unfortunately, I think that's why people.
straight to the
I
heart.
think I know it's sad, but I think that's why the reason that people do the shots, if you know what I mean,
Mm.
because it's
Mm.
like an instant. Like when you get an IV in the hospital, if they
Yep.
put medicine in your
Yep.
IV, it hits you quicker.
Intravenously, very quickly.
Instant.
Now, Tony, I have a question. How do you feel about the
Yep.
marijuana? Do you ever smoke the marijuana?
All day there.
So, but that can that wouldn't help replace reduce the alcohol drinking.
Yeah, it reduces the
Okay,
amount.
that's good. That's good because it's supposed to help with pain. If you get that, the back shit and whatnot, and you can't take pills for it. That a lot of people say it helps with the pain. I do it a lot, and I have a lot of pain, and I don't think it's a pain medicine, but that's what people say.
Well, it's a natural, and we might go over this one day
No,
soon.
I ain't
Yeah.
finished with pain. I'm saying it
It's
helps with the numbers.
it's
Ain't that?
natural, and I think honestly, before it became legal in most of the states, um, it was people would do like CBD or the like Delta 8 type stuff.
Yep. Yep.
Uh,
Oh, that's
they
That's
smart.
started that stuff with what was it? It was children that was having seizures or cancer
oh,
victims or something like that, just
oh,
to help them with their
I like
pain.
the.
oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's
I
true.
don't like
Yeah.
them
It would
doses,
reduce it. It would help with
but I
seizures
like
and
them
shit. Yeah.
the live resins.
I did hear about that.
Yeah,
That's
and
freaking
then
good.
now
Yeah.
it's legal. Like I do, like I used to smoke back in the day when I first met Rebel. I would go put put it down like nobody's business, not drinking, but weed.
Oh yeah.
And I occasionally, every now and then, will because I suffer with fibromyalgia. I'm in constant pain, and then I have a lot of mental issues.
Oh,
So,
that sucks for you.
I do every now and then, and but like it's I think it does help, like, especially anxiety, or like if you're, kind of like in Tony's case, just for example, like he has cirrhosis of the liver,
Hmm.
and he's in constant pain. Maybe, he takes a toke of, some green to get him to eat, or, to get
Yeah.
him to not throw up or something like that,
Yeah.
actually for medical purposes and not just to be messed up.
You hit right on the nose
You
right
know what
there.
I'm saying? Like, it's nice to, get a little head rush every now and then, but when you have to physically do it to help you, eat something, or for your nausea, or to keep you from running to the toilet, I mean, stuff like that, it
I get
keeps you calm.
marijuana is very amazing. There's like you smoke it or you can eat it. You can ingest it. And the feeling of both is completely different. And also there are different
Yes.
strains. There is sativa, there is indica, there's hybrids and whatnot. But sativa is what I like. It's you can be maybe more productive, or actually I can't remember. But
A lot more
yeah,
productive.
yeah. It's a
Indica puts you in the
mental. It's
count.
more in your brain and kind of shit like that. And the what's the other one? There's sativa and then there's indica. Yeah,
Indica,
that
indica.
I think.
That'll put you in the
Yeah, yeah. It
counts.
makes you. Ooh. So I don't really like that too much. I like the other one.
Hybrid, but that's a mix of
I
both
think
of
I
them.
do. It's hard to find sativa. I can't find it, so I do get the hybrid.
Something you should.
And I shouldn't really. I don't even know really much about that because back in the day when you get it, you couldn't choose any of that shit. And the
Nah.
weed was weed, and it was good, whatever it was.
Right.
That's when you get a quarter for $25.
Now,
Yeah,
little Miss
that's
Sharon,
true.
she said, I drink when I want and don't drink when I want. I do have a friend that is a functional alcoholic.
Mm, that's
I
that's yeah,
used to
that's
be
what
until
I
I turned
do.
into a drunk the first time.
I do not drink, but when I do drink, it does lead me into drinking more than I want. So maybe I don't drink one because I want when I don't want to drink is after one drink, so I can't. I guess I don't.
Hello, Chris, or Hippie, good to see you. And hello, Mama Bear, good to see you, honey. I hope you are well. Hope y'all are doing good. But yeah, I'm getting ready to close it out, guys. I thought this was a very interesting, like, because I don't want to keep because I know Bradley, he's got to get up early in the morning, and I try to make these early when I have, guests, and I really appreciate you guys coming up here
Because
and,
I have to run to
talking
the
about it,
bathroom.
and bringing awareness to it, and letting people know how much hell it is. Like
Hey,
we,
yeah,
Tony, he's got a lot of health problems from it. Brad, let's hope that he doesn't. And
Let me.
I'm just saying.
I have to run to the bathroom. If you close before I get back, have a good night, everyone. Say I have to go to the bathroom.
You're all right. You're good. You're good. But yeah, like, I just think that, things like this is important. There's so many people that suffer, with this. And, just, I mean, they might not, they might want to quit, but then again, they might not want to quit, if that makes sense. But, in Tony's case, just for example, he honestly cannot quit. He can't, or his life is at stake. Like, it's like life or death situation. And, I think that's really sad, as in, you have to be so dependent of something to keep you alive, so you can have somewhat of a life. And I think it's extremely sad, just like Tony said. It's extreme, it's extreme hell, to fight with that every day. If you don't have it, you're sick as shit, you know and
Nobody
it's
knows
really
it.
sad.
That's the only reason I wanted to come up is to let everybody know, man. Alcohol will grab a hold of you. Your first drink might be the end of you. Honestly, it will grab a hold of you and take you places you thought you'd never go. No lie.
Oh, thank you so much, Miss Sharon. I was cruising the streets and saw you on Stopped in to support. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I really appreciate. I know you talk to Reba all the time on Discord, so I really appreciate you being in here, darling. And I know she's in Australia, so her time difference is way different than ours. Way different than ours. And Mama Bear said my hubby was a bad alcoholic for many years. January the 9th made 6 years he is sober. Now, how, Mama Bear, may I ask, did he do it cold turkey, or did he have any kind of help or anything like that? Or did he go into any treatment facilities, or did he just have support of family and friends? That's interesting because you have different stories. Everybody has their own story. And, if you can hear different stories or talk about different stories, it brings more awareness to it. And, anything to help somebody, let them know that they ain't alone in this world.
I'm not alone because I have Bubba. Give me a kiss, Bubba. What? Don't yell at me. Give me a kiss.
Chris said alcohol is its baser form is a poison, hence why it's filtered out by the liver like anything that's considered poison into the bloodstream. Yeah, that's what I thought, Little Miss Sharon. I thought you were in Australia, so you are the next day. You're like 15 hours because it's 9:13 p.m. here on a Tuesday night. So, yeah, she's on the next day, so she's about 15, 14, 15. I don't know how many hours. I can't do the math right now. Probably about 15 hours ahead of us because she's Aussie.
Oh, oi, oi, oi!
We have some Aussie family, which she probably knows our Rocket Queen. And
Mm.
then Ghost Devil, they come in here a lot. They're from Aussie. And then Digger Duck, she is Ghost Devil's mama. She's also Australian. So we have some Aussie fam in here. We
I
sure
like
do.
Bluey. Who wants Bluey?
Oh, Mama Bear said he cold turkey. Was that really hard for him, Mama Bear? Yes, absolutely, Chris. And little Miss Sharon said, "There's so many stories that are important to hear." Absolutely, honey. If you guys know, I've been doing my YouTube channel for almost 3 years. That's hard to believe. That really is. It'll be 3 years in November that I've been doing this YouTube channel. That is crazy.
Has it been that
But
long?
you can always go back and rewatch them because I keep them up. But we have covered so much in the almost 3 years. Like we've covered PTSD, we've covered encouragement, we've covered depression, anxiety, like life lessons, all kinds of stuff. So the videos are still there if anybody wants to go back. I keep them up to anybody, anybody wants to go back and learn about it or whatever, the case may be.
Yeah.
And Mama Bear said, I told him that I wasn't going to watch him unalive himself drinking. I was going to leave if he didn't stop. Yes, you saved his life, Mama Bear. And she said he quit cold turkey. Wow. Wow, that's amazing. That's
I've been told
good.
them same words, and I still didn't quit.
That's
Not
crazy.
sure.
I mean, like, I guess you have to do is kind of like I said, it's kind of like controlling your mind. It's controlling you, and kind of like with Tony's case, he has to drink in order to live. You know. Thank you, little Miss Sharon. And that's what's so sad about it. Like Brad, he don't have to have it to live, but Tony, what I mean, like
You
Tony,
don't know
Brad
about
likes.
that. I don't know about that. you
Well,
know,
you know what I meant. Like you don't have
no,
to, as in,
constantly.
waking
Yeah.
up. waking
not
up with it like
instantly.
Tony does. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
it's a different point of view. You know what I
yeah.
mean? That's why I wanted you guys both come up because I knew Tony was because Tony's told us that he was an alcoholic. And
My
I didn't know if you was or not. I knew you drunk every day, but I didn't know. So I was like, that I'd like to hear both sides, you
my
know.
dad was an alcoholic. He definitely drank too much. Not enough, but he was able to. He didn't have to. He didn't quit. He still drinks, but he definitely doesn't drink as much as he used to. Well, I don't know if it's true or not. My mom says a lot of shit, but I guess he didn't choose his family over drinking because my mom told him to stop drinking, and he said no. We're leaving. He said. She said
I
she's
think you
leaving.
have to have like the power and the mindset to do so. If
Yeah.
you're going to stop anything, I think that you have to, and you have to have that, and actually, you know, you have to have support. I mean, doing, you know, like say for example, if you're going to the gym, you want a buddy to go with you. You don't want to just do it completely by yourself because that's no fun. You know, if you got
Yeah.
somebody supporting you, you know
Mhm.
that makes it a little better. Or somebody to run to vent on, saying, "Hey, I'm having a bad day," you know, just you know, give me something to cheer me up, or whatever the case may be.
Not
You know
someone
what
to
I mean?
add to your bad day.
So that's why I
Mhm.
always say, you know, y'all ain't alone. If y'all need somebody to talk to, I might not understand, but you know what? That's okay because you know that makes you you. You can always reach out to me. And, you know, if you need somebody to talk to, you know, and vent to, you know, I might vent back to you. You never know. I suffer with a lot of mental. And, you know, it's nice to have somebody to talk to, and it's nice to know that somebody is there for you and they generally care about you as a person. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's why my sister took off from here to Lexington, is so she could be with her boyfriend and they could do it
Right.
together. You know, that way they both have companions that
That's exactly. It's kind of like a support system. You
Mhm.
know,
instead of being by
exactly.
herself.
Yeah, because when you're by yourself, your mind wanders. You don't keep your mind busy, I'm
Yeah,
sure, you know, and you're just like, well, let me just go get it done. Because, I mean, like, nobody, you know, because I suffer with a lot of mental, and like, sometimes it come across your mind, and it sucks, but it's the truth. You think sometimes people just don't care. You know what I mean? So
right. Yeah.
just going out there and saying that I'm here for you and truly meaning it truly means a lot. It really does, you know, to let people know that you're there for them, it really means a lot, whatever the case may be, you know.
It
It
does.
really does mean a lot to that person because they thought they were all alone. And I don't want anybody to ever feel like they're alone, you know. I don't, because that's awful. You know, everybody has to have somebody, you know.
Yeah.
So
Everybody needs
I think
somebody.
it's a really good thing, you know, but I'm hoping that you guys better understood this, and you know, with the you know, stories of, you know, Rebel and Tony and Brad, and you know, just what I went over and what I've talked about. I'm hoping that we're able to better, you know, people can better understand how important it is for alcoholism, you know, understanding alcoholism. I'm not saying, you know, don't drink. We're just saying, you know, it that
No,
not a whole lot of people
I
understood.
am saying that.
Well,
Don't
you
drink.
know, I know, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't judge. I, you know, whatever.
Yeah, we
But what
don't
I'm
judge
saying
here.
is, as in, you know,
We
uh,
only
I ain't judging,
support
just don't drink.
like,
whatever
like
you want
Tony's
to do.
case, you know, like in his situation, he has to drink in order to live. So that's what Tony says. Don't drink because you'll just be, you know, you'll get hooked on it, and then you'll have to have it to live. Is how
Mhm.
Tony's saying it. You know.
Oh yeah, my all my insides are alcohol bound. If they don't got alcohol, I'm sick.
Hmm.
And it's sad because you don't want to see people that you care about, you know, on life support. Just like, you know, Tony let me share a picture of him. You know, he was on life support because, you know, it really messed his body up. It really messed his body up. Oh, thank you so much, little Miss Sharon. I really appreciate that, darling.
And it's crazy to think that I think that what I'm doing is bad, and I need to keep that in check. But a lot of people would also think that too. Yes, that's that's also a lot to drink. So well,
Well, you know, I just think it's a huge thing just to support, even, you know, a
yes,
person, if they're going to quit, I'm
Mhm.
just saying they have to have the mindset to do so. And, I don't judge nobody. Like, I support whatever decision people want to do because that's just how I am. I'm a very supportive person. But, they have to have the mindset, kind of like smoking cigarettes. Okay, I smoke
Mhm.
cigarettes. I have to have the mindset to quit smoking cigarettes, which is very hard, especially when you suffer with so much mental like I do. And I
Hmm.
say, and I'm not using this as an excuse, but like we was talking about earlier, like for drugs or alcohol, that a person does that if they suffer with so much, mental, just to cope, just to know that they're going to be okay if they do that. But like, Rebel was saying, at the end of the day, if you sober up, your issue's still there. So it's kind of like, it's we're bringing awareness to it, and we're understanding it, but then again, kind of like Tony said, it's a hell. It's a hell to fight with it,
Yeah.
like you're constantly fighting with yourself, like, no, I don't need it, but yes, I do need it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Nobody wants no part of that for real.
It's like I
Especially
can
out
deal with my issues until I know I can get to a certain point of the day and go, now I won't have to deal with anything. And that's
Yeah.
why I probably drink too much because I was like, no, still dealing with it. Gotta forget. So I want to drink more. So I keep that in check. That's what I'm
Oh, Lisa said, my
doing.
husband passed at work. He was a painter, kept his thinner in a mason jar, but he also kept his vodka in a mason jar. I think he might have mixed up the jars. He poisoned himself. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, Lisa, honey. Wow.
Case for Matlock. Holy cow.
Bless your heart.
Wow.
Oh, so you think that he might accidentally grabbed the paint thinner instead of the vodka? Oh my Lord.
You know?
Wow. Bless your heart. That's awful. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I
there
mean,
ain't
I
nothing
just
to do with
think,
that.
that she said that it was an accident. The certificate says acute poisoning. Wow.
Mm.
Wow, Lisa. That's so sad,
Sure,
darling.
sure. Wasn't alcohol poisoning though.
It's very common, sort of, because I have a friend who, well, he pees into empty vodka bottles, and sometimes he accidentally grabs, the wrong
Oh,
bottle.
Lord.
Yeah, so it gets
Wow.
very easy to happen, especially if you're drinking too much. So yeah, be careful out there.
That's
That's
exactly right. But I thank you guys so much for coming up here. I really appreciate y'all so much. And we'll have to do this again soon, maybe like a part two, like more statistics and stuff. I just wanted to go over kind of like a genuine, going over a little bit of it, bringing awareness to it. We talk about it a little bit. And then maybe like, I'm kind of, I know this sounds crazy, but I'm kind of curious of the statistics of it.
well,
Like
Okay.
how high is the statistic? Because there's a lot of people that suffer with it. You know what I mean? And I'm
All
just
right.
kind of curious, you know.
I
I'm
heard
gonna
the
try to grab
statistics
a bite of
aren't
my
good when it
popcorn
comes to like
too.
rehab and trying to recover. People don't, and that goes with everything, like drugs and everything. People don't want to, and they'll go back.
Well,
It's
Yeah,
hard
that's
to
what I'm saying.
change
But
people.
yeah,
It's hard to change.
and like Tony said, you got, he wants to, but he physically and mentally cannot due to his health. Like it will kill him.
oh no, no,
Hmm.
I'll die straight
Yeah,
up.
and now Brad, he's like, I'll get fucked up all the time. I don't care. It ain't no big deal. But
But that's
like, so it's and I love it because we got two different stories,
oh,
two totally different, how you do things or whatever, and it's like one is a life or death situation, and the other one is, we do it, because I don't want to quit. You know what I mean? Like
it's
Tony
yeah,
would love to quit, but then he would die. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So we
I
don't
mean,
want to do all
mine is
that.
still a big deal, but it's not life or death.
Right, right.
But it is still. I mean, yeah, yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Oh, it is a big deal
Oh, thank
So
you so much, little Miss
for
Sharon. I
sure,
really
brother.
appreciate you, darling. Thank you guys so much.
Anybody
guys,
that drinks alcohol, that's a big deal.
this is
Rebel's not
very
yelling, he's
informative.
talking. I don't know
Huh?
why you putting Rebel's yelling in chat. He's not yelling, he's talking. He's talking to the youngins. They're still awake.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't hear nobody yelling.
yeah. I
Yeah, I
heard
didn't hear
somebody going
nobody
to
yelling
war
either.
over
He's
there.
talking. But I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming up. I don't want to
Yeah.
make this any longer and take up your time because I know Bradley, he's got to get up early in the morning. So,
Hmm.
but thank you
All
guys
right.
so much for coming up here. I really appreciate it. And, it takes a lot to come up here and say your story. But
Yeah.
if we're able to help others, why not take a few minutes of your time? You might not talk about it. But, if you can talk about it, can you help somebody else? That's the main thing. Can you
Hmm.
help somebody else maybe better understand? You know, he's got a deep voice, and our house is very small. Like literally, it's a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. It's very tiny. So yes, he's got the deep voice. But yes, I really appreciate you guys coming up. I hope y'all have a wonderful night.
You
And
too.
I just know that I'm here for you if you need somebody to talk to. You guys know that. Anybody in chat needs somebody to talk to, I'm here for you. No questions asked. I don't judge because I've been judged my whole entire life. And it sucks when you're judged, and it sucks when you get backstabbed. You got to pull that knife out. So I'm not like that. When people come to me and they want to talk to me, I don't say, I'm not, turn around and say, well, this is what such and such. That no, you don't do that. That's what breaks bonds, and that's what breaks trust. And you don't do that to people.
No. Yeah.
So y'all have a lovely night. I really appreciate you guys so much for coming up. I really do. Y'all just stay strong. Just all you can do is just stay strong. You know what I
You
mean?
too.
I
You
hope
too.
everybody listen. Don't drink that stuff.
Everybody, no matter what you think, you still got to take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Be
Exactly.
kind to
Absolutely.
yourself and each other.
Absolutely. And your life matters. Absolutely. But I love you guys. I hope y'all have a lovely night. Thank you guys again for coming up and hanging out with me and
Anytime.
telling your story. And like I said, I know that it could be difficult, but the more we talk about something, the better it is we might be able to help somebody in the long run, you know. So,
Yeah, I hope it helps someone.
absolutely. If we help one person, that warms my heart.
Just
I love
one.
to help.
That's all we
I
need.
love to
Just
help
one.
more, but if we could just help be a difference to one person, my
Mhm.
job is done. If that makes sense.
All right, Bradley, I'm out. All right,
Mhm.
Angel, I'm out.
Love
Yes,
y'all.
have a
Y'all have
good
a
night.
lovely night. God bless you, Tony.
Bye.
See ya.
Mwah.
10-4, guys.
Bye,
Appreciate
everyone in
yourself.
chat, too. Bye, everyone.
Have a
Good
good night,
night.
guys.
You too. Good night.
Have a good night. Thank you guys so much for coming in here. It really means a lot to me. It really does. We do, I do, for the people that are new in here or that are listening, I have started this channel almost 3 years ago. We do karaoke every weekend, every Friday, every Saturday, and it's a lot of fun. And then during the week, we do, we talk about mental health awareness, support, encouragement, motivation, like life lessons, well being. I am not a counselor. I am not licensed anything. I am just somebody that suffers with mental health really bad and wants to be a difference in somebody's life and let people know that they're supported and they're not alone. So, I always say this before I go. You never know what people are going through, what they've been through in their life, or what they're currently going through. Be kind to one another. It doesn't cost a penny to be kind to somebody. Don't be no better than nobody because nobody's better than nobody. But be a better person than you was yesterday. Be a difference in somebody's life. People always remember what you said to them and what you've done for them. So please remember just to be kind to one another. So I love you guys. I hope y'all have a wonderful night. And thank you again, Tony and Brad, for coming up and Rebel and hearing and, listening to y'all's story and bringing awareness to it. It really appreciates it. So I love you guys and I hope y'all have a wonderful night. And we will be covering, mental health. Honey, I've been doing mental health, like I said, many, about 3 years because I suffer with it. So if I can be a help to somebody and bring awareness to something, then I am all for it. So I love you guys, and I will see you guys again. If you are watching the replay, please hit the like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you thought about the show. And, anything to bring awareness to this, just let me know what you think. And if y'all have any topics you want me to cover, please let me know in email or Facebook, or just comment underneath this video. So I love you guys, and I hope y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you guys again. I couldn't do what I do without all you precious, beautiful, wonderful people. So I really appreciate you guys so much, and I love y'all, and I will see you guys very soon. Love y'all.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want, and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can